mind one thought at a time.
Greetings and welcome to the Changing Minds Online Sunday Inspirational Call. How are you doing today, Jessica?
I'm doing awesome, Akina. It was 65 degrees. Actually, went up to 68 degrees today in New Jersey, where I was. It is right before Christmas, and I am used to seeing snow. I am so excited by this wonderful weather. I did a marathon this weekend, and I was passing dandelions, like those yellow flowers, and I was just like, oh, my goodness, what an amazing, grateful time. I have just absolutely wonderful. So I am really excited and happy this weekend and feeling blessed and so much gratitude. So what about yourself?
You know, Jessica, it was 72 degrees in Las Vegas. Can you believe that? 72.
That is awesome. It was almost the same here.
December. I know, in the middle of December. Girl, can you talk about this?
It was funny because I was actually looking at the weather, and I had a friend of mine who is in Arizona who's always teasing me about it being cold in New York, and I had to send her a screenshot. I did like a side-by-side because the weather had said that last night it was warmer in New Jersey than it was in Arizona where she was yesterday. So I was like, we have warmer weather here for the first time probably in recorded history. But all of us East Coast people are in really good mood right now.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. You know what, Jessica? And that brings us into the segue. You know, we're always happy, on this show because we get to give y'all great tips. We get to let y'all share into our lives. And tonight is no different. We're going to be talking about being ready for success. Who doesn't want to be ready for success, Jessica? Do you know anybody's not ready for
absolutely. Success? I know that I am ready for success in this new year. I was actually just I have an accountability partner, and I'm going to be doing a 90-day game plan, an action plan for my life. And I had just told her, I said, I'm so ready. I'm just ready. I'm ready. I kept telling her over and over, I'm like, let's just start it sooner because I'm ready. I was trying to convince my partner for my 90-day game plan to start early, to start our 90-day game plan before the new year because I said, I'm just ready. I don't want to wait for the new year. I want success now. I mean, I have success now, but I want to manifest the things in my 90-day game plan. I want to start doing that now. So I know that I am ready, and I am ready to tell everyone else what we're doing to get ready.
That is that is awesome. I was thinking about the other day when I looked at, I tend to look over my life and, I look over my goals because, where Jessica journals, I actually have a blog that has all my progress on it for the year. And the first of every day, of every month, I post on this blog to let people know where I stand. And it is an accountability to myself, not only to me, but it goes out, it goes out on the web. So they know if I'm messing up or, and that works well for me because as a person, as a personality, I don't do very well with embarrassment. So if I put it out there, I have to deliver, and it helps me to deliver. And I was reading over the things, and you know what, Jessica? We have really done a lot of great things in Changing Minds Online this year, and as well as individually. And, that's why I brought up this topic today about being ready for success. I honestly can't say in January that I was ready for all the success that we've done in December, like up to December, like I am now. It's just amazing how if I had just, had I planned that out versus going through and, it happened overnight. We did have a plan, but we didn't plan for all the people that loved our show, that heard about us from our guests, that heard from us from our followers, and it was wonderful. But, we didn't expect it. It doubled that more than what we thought it was actually going to happen in our plan. So, we are definitely grateful. And, and I was looking over the different things, and especially like personal goals. I was looking over the fact that I had two major goals this year. I was going to go to Creative Live. I was going to be on a Creative Live show. I was going to publish in an academic journal, so it was more than two. I was going to apply for a TED Talk, and I was going to apply for Periscope Summit. Do you know that I did all of those things? And I'm waiting on a response. I went to Creative Live. I was published in an academic journal. I was even featured in a women's magazine. And I went and I applied for Periscope Summit and applied for a TED Talk. And, and all these different things were happening, and I was just going along my merry way. But I didn't know that I was actually preparing for the success that I was getting through Changing Minds Online and through my personal ventures, just by the skills of going out there and going to get it, to do the execution, to do the action. We plan all day long, but I actually did it. And that's one of the things. Once we have a plan, we still have to execute. We could plan all day long, but we still have to execute. And not only, especially Changing Minds Online, do we plan, but we execute it. And the growth doubles than beyond our expectations. Isn't that wonderful, Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely, Kina. Excuse me, guys. So, yeah, I just love it. And, we both have had a lot of success, both personally, professionally, this year in our business. We've done a lot of things. And, one of the questions I'm asked often is, well, how are you doing? And how are you doing all these different things? And what I've really said to people is it comes in down to two parts. And the first part is really three parts. The first part is working on your mindset. You have to have the mindset that matches what you want. And if you are sending mixed signals, for example, and I just was talking about this with somebody today, and I will put it out there, and also everyone with my accountability partner. I was talking about this right before the call. I follow a gluten-free diet. I follow a gluten-free diet because it is the best thing for my body. I'm not allergic to gluten, but I choose to do that because it's the best thing for my body. And I've known that. I know that from personal experience, right? So I have also loved beer. I love the taste of beer. I love especially an IPA. So I don't drink beer all the time. I don't drink beer because I want to get intoxicated. I drink it on occasion because I love the taste of it. So I was sitting and I was making my goals. And, when I make my goals, I really love to stretch myself. Now, in the past, I thought by stretching myself, what that meant was doing more. And I realized that for me, the stretch is not in doing more. I never really play small. I always play big. But I did before, and I released this, even today I released this, I used to play safe. And I said, okay, my stretch is not what I do. My stretch is who I get to be. And who am I going to be? And I'm making a 90-day game plan and say, okay, who am I going to be in the next 90 days to really make everything happen I want to happen? And it's for some people, it's adding more things, right? Because some people are just sitting there, and maybe you're one of these people, maybe you're not, and you're just sitting there saying, okay, I really want success, but you're not doing anything about it. Well, that's not going to work, right? But for some people, it's the mindset. So for me, I said, okay, well, I like to have an occasional beer. I enjoy having that, right? But it doesn't put my body in its best state, so it's incongruent. So if I'm saying I want to all these things and I have to be the best version of myself, that's what's required to get them, right, to be the best version of myself. Well, I'm being incongruent. So I can sit here and say, well, it's not that big of a deal if I just have a beer every once in a while, but it really doesn't match what I say that I want. And it's an example of a beer. It could be anything. But when you're sending mixed signals by saying something and doing something different, well, that's really not going to work. So when you're preparing for success, it's not only about knowing what you want, but it's really about knowing that what you're doing actually matches what you want. So that's really like step number one. And take it back a step, right? So when you're preparing for success, know what success looks like for you. for everybody, success looks differently. So when I said, okay, I'm meeting with my 90-day game partner and I'm making my plan for success. And honestly, I'm just like assuming at this call that you've been listening in already and you're already there. I'm assuming that if you're, listening to Changing Minds Online, you already know what you want to be successful, what that looks like to you. But if you don't know what it looks like, you're not going to have it if you don't know what it looks like. You can't go there, at all in your body if you didn't first go there in your mind. So know what success looks like. Take a look at what you say that you want and what you're actually doing. Do those habits match what you say you want? Now, I tend to relate habits to more of mindset. Now, there's habits and there's skills. For me, people who are successful are people that out-habit everybody else. You don't have to have the most skills. You don't have to be the most naturally born talent. If you have better habits, you will be more successful. And I tend to relate habits to being about mindset because what habits are a choice, right? Habits are something simple. You get out of bed, you make your bed, right? How many people say they want to be successful in business and they can't do something as simple as make their bed? And I'm going to tell you, honestly, if you can't make your bed, you're not going to be successful in business because you're saying that you want something big and the small little habits, right, that are just showing abundance, showing organization, showing responsibility. If you're not doing them, you're not going to be successful. That's just the bottom line. And it's those things across everything. I'm going to be completely transparent, and I always have on this show. Consistency is an issue for me. I mean, it was an issue for me. It's one of the things that I strive for to learn. I have that kind of mad genius personality where I get very, very excited. I put everything into it. I'm all over the place, right? I get really passionate about something. I can tell you. Sometimes people have to reel me in. But I have that kind of polar personality where I'm either totally on or totally off, and I'm very creative. But I, had in the past struggled with consistency. So that's for me, like over the next 90 days, and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to be really consistent in my habits because I know that's what's required. So it's really like, right, that knowing what you want, developing that mindset and that habits, that choice that you're going to take actions that match what you want. And the third part about it is really learning the skills. That's where we're talking about whatever you want, whether or not it's, if you want to sell information products online, you actually need to know how to create webinars, email lists, how to do affiliate marketing, how to do social media marketing. If you can sit and meditate and create vision boards and use affirmations and do all the mindset work you want, and that's great, and you should be doing it, and it's something that is required. But bottom line, like Akina said, is you can sit and plan, but if you don't execute that plan, it means nothing. So work on your mindset. You should work on your mindset. The problem is people stop there. Everyone wants to work on their mindset because it's really fun, right? It's fun to do affirmations. It's fun to do meditations. It's fun to do all those things, right? We like reading about the law of attraction. It sounds good to us. We like listening to audiobooks when we're driving. We like, listening to audiobooks when we're running because they're fun. It's like we want to sing Kumbaya and sit by the campfire and toast s'mores and talk about how grateful we are for this abundant and wonderful life. Yes, be grateful. Do all those things. That's awesome. If you want to grow a business, you also need to have the skill set to match what it is you say you want to do. If you don't have the skills, you will not be successful. Bottom line, it's just common sense, but people forget that part. They stop once they get the mindset, and then they wonder, well, this isn't working for me. I gave this law of attraction thing a try. I gave this vibrational universe energy thing a try. I read the power versus force. I just don't get it. It works for everyone else except me. They go into victim mentality. They shut down, and they stop trying in their business. Why didn't it work? Because they never learned how to set up an internet marketing campaign. If you want to create an ebook and become a millionaire, you can, but it's not just about, sitting there in your meditation room and just saying over and over, I am easily attracting money. Yes, but you need to learn how to actually market your product. So you need to really learn those skills as well. And like Akina said, planning is wonderful. We love planning. I support planning. I plan myself. I'm a huge planner, very organized. Akina and I put out a product about planning, so we can share that later. So absolutely learn how to plan, learn how to be organized, but it's also required you do the work. And one of my mentors, Jeffrey Combs, he says too many people get ready to get ready, right? we're always getting ready for something, but like Akina said, we're not executing. So it's time that we plan, but then we put that plan into execution. And that's really, really what's going to make the difference between planning to be successful and then being successful. So, Akina, I know that you wanted to talk tonight about the planning part of being successful. And now that we've really gotten out of the way, okay, yes, we're going to execute that plan, we know that. Now, there is a planning phase, and many people who are listening to this call are in that planning phase. And we did want to talk about the fact that you need to execute the plan. And that is kind of like our disclaimer, like everything we're about to teach you on how to plan and get ready for success. And we will talk about the mindset that you're going to, by the time you leave this call tonight, you're going to adopt a new mindset. You're going to be ready for success by the time you finish this podcast in the next 15 minutes. We're going to give you that new mindset. But before we do that, this was our disclaimer, is that what we're going to teach you, it will work for you if you go out and you learn the skills and you apply your business plan. So we're going to teach you right now that new mindset that you're required to be and have that success, but you're going to have to go out and do something with it. So that's our disclaimer to you. So on that note, Akina, I know you wanted to really give our audience what we did. How did we change our life? And, I know that I've seen your success, I've seen your growth, I've seen what you're doing, and it's obviously working from the level of success that you've reached this year. So please, would you share with us those tips and tricks that we can give our audience so that before they leave, their mindset is already one that is attracting success and abundance into their lives?
Well, thank you, Jessica. You know what? I appreciate those kind words. It's always, sometimes you don't notice what you're doing until someone brings it to your attention. So thank you so much. And that's where I'm going to lead today. I was that person who just did to help others and really didn't think about myself and what I was doing. I just knew that I needed to do it so that I could help someone else. So it just kind of happened, but I had to change that mindset because I had realized that I was enough too. And that's one of the most important things is while I was building everybody else up, I was putting myself on the back burner. I had to realize, and a lot of women do this, that we don't come last. We don't come last. It is okay for us to come first. It is okay. And that is a real hard one for a lot of people to get. Because if we're going to go after our dreams, sometimes we're going to have to come first. We're going to have to make hard decisions that's going to keep us from our family and our friends and things of that nature for that moment of sacrifice, that moment of extrication. But at the end of the day, when we're done with that moment of sacrifice, that little blip in time, when we're living in our purpose for a lifetime, we're not going to even remember that sacrificing moment. And if we do remember them, it's going to be in a thought of love and a thought of appreciation and gratitude because we were able to go through those changes in order to get to where we need to get to our greater. But we have to have the mindset of we are enough starting out. Because if we do not know that we're enough or we don't believe we are enough, we're going to put up roadblocks. We're going to put up obstacles, self-obstacles, to stop us from doing what we're supposed to do and we're supposed to execute. So that's step number one, realizing that you are enough. You are enough to make this happen. Step number one. That's that mindset Jessica was talking about. Go out there and reach for the stars. Realize that you are enough. If you are putting up unconscious roadblocks, it might be because you don't think that you are the person for the job. But guess what? The purpose was given to you, and it's time for you to work it. It was given to you, not anybody else, and it's time for you to work it. So once you've moved past that point of I'm enough, ready to get this, and you have to do the research. What do I mean by research? I'm a engineer by degree, And that was the first thing that they taught us, to learn how to research, to learn how to get all the facts and figures before we started the execution of the plan. To plan it, we had to research it, then we had to test it, then we executed it. So if we didn't have all of the things in place before the test could go awry. So this is where you're going. You're getting your resources together. What do I need to do to get where I'm trying to get? Whether it be a degree, whether it be a certification, whether it be a class, whether it be getting out with different people, whether it be putting yourself out into the atmosphere, whether it be marketing, whether it be joining a new company, or better yet, stepping out on faith and becoming your own company, whatever it is, you need to research your area. And you need to make sure that you know exactly what's going on in your area. You need to know the players, the heavy hitters in your area. You need to know what they were doing for their success. You need to know how their success could possibly help you, what you need to take in. As I usually say, take in the meat, spit out the bones, take in what you need that will work for you, and then spit out the rest, and find out your niche, your plan. All of these things is why you're researching. You're sitting up there planning your stuff. You're planning that execution. You're planning to get ready to test. Okay? Once you are moving in that direction, then you got to get your resources together. Whether it be books, whether it be a college, whether it be a mentor, whether it be a trainer, whether it be, whatever it is, whether it be a sponsor, whatever it is, get your resources together, because guess what? Do what you love and outsource the rest. Do what you love and outsource the rest. There are people that love to do what you don't like to do. There's certain things that I love to do that Jessica can't stand. There's certain things that Jessica loves to do that I can't stand. And so what we do in this company as partners, she does what she loves to do, I do what I love to do, and then we come together on the rest. See, that's where you get your resources together. You do not have to do it alone. Let me say that again, because that's a tweetable. You do not have to do this alone. Nowhere in the book did it say that you have to do it alone. All it was said is that you have to do your purpose. It does not say you have to do it alone, and it does not say you have to do it half. I'm not going to say the rest. But, you need to give it your all, and if you can't give it your all, outsource it to somebody who can. But the point is, as long as you end up at the end of the road, we'll make it happen. Okay? So now that we have gotten our plan together, we've gotten our resources together, we put the resources in the spots in the plan where they fit. And then we do a tester. We decide if it's a product, if it's a plan, it's a product, or it's a service, whatever it is, we are now putting it out there into the atmosphere. We're starting to test it. We do a Periscope. We do a Facebook ad. We do a Twitter ad. We do a focus group. We do different things of that nature to see where your audience lies. If you are going to social media, that's one of my loves. Y'all probably already know that if y'all listen to the show. And it's great to be on social media, but you need to be on the channels where your audience are. If you are on Twitter and your audience is on Facebook, it's not a lot of stuff happening. If you are on Instagram but your fan base is on Pinterest, you're not getting a lot of traction. You need to find out where your people are and get there and then work it. Okay? And that's the same with any marketing. If you decide to do print marketing, if you decide to do blogs, if you decide to do anything, you got to put it out there. And the ultimate goal is to have all of that traffic directed to what? Your website. Because you want all of your online traffic to become offline right there on your site. You want to convert them. You want them to know where you are. You want to go from the best kept secret to the household name. And that is what you're doing throughout this. That's what you're doing through the testing mode. You're finding where your people are. You're finding what they like and what they don't like, what they respond to and what they do respond to. You're getting them on your emailing list. You're getting them on your call list. You're getting them connected with you. They are learning how you work. They're learning you so that they can build a relationship with you and your brand. And then on the end, they become loyal to you. That is what you're doing. You're building your community. You're building your trust level. Okay? And then once all of that is done, and then you make your tweaks to your plan according to the information you found out during the testing phase. And then it's all rolls off. You got your plans together. You got your resources together. You got your tests together. You all ready to go. And all you do is sit back and watch it flow, because that's the love of passive income. Now, if that's the way you want to go. But definitely don't ever get off your hustle. Don't ever get off your game, because at the end of the day, they're falling in love with you. They're falling in love with your brand. So you always have to be the front. You will always be, the goal is to be that household name. You will no longer be that best-kept secret. And you got to be okay in your mindset to know when that success is going to be here. And you got to be okay with the fact that people are going to love you, and they're going to admire you, and they're going to want to be around you, and they're going to want to connect with you, and they're going to want to build relationships with you. And it's going to be okay. And you got to be okay. You're going to be okay. And that's real hard for an introvert. I am personally an introvert. So, when that first happened to me, it was the scariest thing on earth. But I didn't break. I didn't die. I didn't quit. I just became a more connected, more loved, more loving person who has a wonderful community of friends that I love, and they love me in return. And that is the steps that I took to plan. What are your thoughts on that, Jessica? I'm so sorry.
I think you said it perfectly, and, we're right about that time to close, and I don't think anything else needs to be added. I think you did an amazing job, and I appreciate, you for sharing. And definitely, if you are listening tonight and, there's something that you want to do, like Akina said, decide your enough, create a plan, and then go out and execute it. And those are really the three things that are required. So anything you want to add before we close down tonight, Akina?
Well, thank you so much for listening tonight to Jessica and myself. And if something that we said tonight resonated with you, please find us on ChangeYourMindsOnline.com. We're also on iTunes, Stitcher, Tuned In, and, of course, our YouTube channel, Change Your Minds Online. So we would love to have you, and we'd love to know what you think, because everything we do for you.
Absolutely, guys. God bless. Make it a really great night and a powerful week, and we will be with you again on our Thursday Night Empowering Women series. Akina, I believe this is our last Thursday Night Empowering Women series of the year, is it not?
That is right, Jessica. It's amazing.
Awesome.
We look forward.
Well,
yeah,
we're looking forward to it. So have a really great week, everyone, and we'll see you then.
Good night, everyone.